recognize me because I've chopped all of my hair off. But it's me. I've been in real estate 3 years now, been with Keller Williams. Prior to that, I was in the medical field and in customer service. I have been talking about going into real estate for a very long time, saying that, you know, this is what I wanted to do. I know it's my passion. I know it's what I'm supposed to be doing, yet it still never really took and stepped out to do it because I was comfortable on my job and the money that I was making. One day I lost my job. And so in that moment, I said, you know what, it's time that I was supposed to be doing. And so here I am. A real estate agent, and it's probably one of the best. So today we are going to be talking about powerful language and how it gets results. And I do want to, I know Jody said that, you know, to go on mute for any background noises, but I do want you guys to participate with me in this. You've shown up, you're on the Zoom call. So that says you want to be here, and showing up is half the battle. So we've already gotten halfway through it. So now I just need you guys to, or want you guys to participate. I know a lot of us are, we're not on video, but if you will, just take yourselves off mute just to kind of participate in what we have going on. So we ready, y'all?
Yes, ma'am.
Go for it.
Yes.
Good deal. Okay. So I believe a lot in declarations and affirmations. And so because we're talking about powerful language today, I want you guys to join with me and repeat saying, if you will, you can take yourselves off mute. I need participation. I love to talk. I love conversation, so I have to be talked back to. So I want you to repeat after me. Say, I am powerful.
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 And I know what I'm doing because I know what I'm saying.
I know what I'm doing because I know what I'm saying.
Yes. Do we like that? Is that good?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to write that down somewhere today. And we're going to remember that because we are powerful and we know exactly what we're doing because we know what we're saying. It starts by it actually starts by what you think, but then it translates into what you're saying. And if you believe what you're saying, others are going to believe, which are your clients or the people that you potentially want to have as clients. They're going to believe what you're saying because you know what you're saying and you believe what you're saying. All right. So we're going to jump right in, and bear with me guys, because I am between two tabs here, and then Katie is navigating through the PowerPoint for me. So if we're a little bit choppy, I do apologize, but we're gonna make this work. So all week we've been talking about what successful agents do every day, right? And Deidre and Kim, I wanna thank you for kind of paving the way for little Obi to come in and do this segment today. You guys are awesome. And so we've been talking about that all week, what successful agents do every day, right? So here's the secret to being successful, right? There is no real secret. Success does leave clues. And so what we know and we found out is that successful agents do two things every single day, right? And that is to grow their business and run their business. So we know that growing the business is, of course, getting the clientele and prospecting and lead generation for buyers and sellers, making seller presentations, making buyer presentations. And then we need to, once we get that business, right, it's not enough to just acquire it. We need to be able to, or obtain it, we need to be able to attain it. And so we're gonna run that business once we get it. And that is gonna be your marketing, your seller listings, showing buyer houses, negotiating contracts, inspections, all of those things, and keeping your buyer in. Go to the next slide. Katie. So that's what we'll focus on today. We'll focus on how to grow your business and how to run your business. And we're going to do that through talking about what we're saying and the power of what we speak and how it produces results, right? We're going to talk about, next slide. We're going to talk about scripts. We're going to go over some scripts. We're going to rehearse some scripts. And we know that the benefits of using, we will learn the benefits of using scripts. We'll role play some daily successful habits, and then we're going to recap on all that we've discussed today. Y'all with me?
Yes.
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 Yes, yes.
All right, next slide.
Yes.
All right, so what is the big picture here? Why is it important for you to have scripts or to be prepared or to know what it is to say? So I want to first off stand by, we're talking about powerful language. So power is a manifestation of preparation. All right, here's the participation part. I need you guys to say it and we can take ourselves off mute. Power is a manifestation of preparation.
Power is a manifestation of
Preparation.
preparation.
Awesome. All right, so we're gonna jot that down somewhere. We're gonna look at that throughout the day and throughout this journey while we're quarantining and while we're inside. We're gonna know and understand that power is a manifestation of preparation. So when you're prepared, you're able to produce power. All right, so the big picture, scripts help you to lead generate, to uncover motivations, right? So once we lead generate, we get the client, then we need to know what's motivating them to buy or sell. And then we want to identify objectives. So objectives are things that may arise or occur, may stop, prohibit, discourage. We want to identify those things so that we can get some good answers to them, or we can get some solutions to them so that we can knock them out in the beginning before, you know, it becomes a problem. Scripts help you to close deals. Speak in terms that the customer.
You're muted.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Now we
All
can.
All right.
Yes.
We want to speak in terms that the customer understands, that your client understands, right? I know a lot of us want to have our degree, our real estate degree from Harvard, but we also want to be able to be to relate to our clients. We want them to understand what we're saying so they can follow along the journey with us. One of the major things that I think usually keeps you from having a lot of issues and problems with your clients is that they know what's happening, right? You educate them along the way. You're not just leading them, but you're taking them with you and you're showing them and educating them on what's happening within the transaction. Scripts help you to build confidence. This is a big one, y'all. Again, if you don't know what you're saying, nobody else knows what you're saying. If you don't believe what you're saying, nobody else believes what you're saying. So scripts help you to build confidence. Okay.
You're muted.
Can y'all hear me? I don't know why that keeps happening. Can y'all hear me?
Hear you now.
Okay. All right. So understanding scripts. Have you ever been to a place, a grocery store, or in the mall, and you've heard you probably have heard a couple of these scripts. We don't realize that they're scripts because we hear them so often. We just think, hey, they're asking us where, but they're looking for results, right? They're looking for something out of what they're asking you. So we've heard it all before. Do you find everything you were looking for, right? You're in the store, you're going through the aisle, and somebody comes and they approach you and they say, did you find everything that you're looking for? You know, can I help you with something, right? And so what they have done is they have triggered something in your mind to remember that thing. Because even if we weren't necessarily looking for something, or we probably did find everything that we went to the grocery store for, but because somebody came and prompted you to think about something else to purchase, it comes to your mind. You say, you know, oh, I was looking for the water. I did need some water. Can you tell me what aisle the water is? So what have they accomplished? They've gotten you to purchase something else before you left out of the door, right? Just because they knew what to ask you to trigger something in your mind to pick up something else to put in your basket, right? Another one is go ahead and look around and please let me know if I can help you with anything, right? So yesterday we talked about, Kim talked about, somebody asked, you know, or we were doing script and somebody asked, well, you know, it comes off as being very insensitive right now to ask somebody, you know, can I get your email address or, you know, whatever. And Kim mentioned that, hey, it's okay, or Jody mentioned, hey, it's okay. It can just be a sincere call checking on somebody, right? And so this is kind of an example of that. Go ahead, look around, and please let me know if I can help you with anything. So just because you're not asking them, you know, did you find everything? Can I help you with something? You're not soliciting business at that time. You can still sincerely say, hey, listen, is everything okay with your family? You know, everything's all right? You know, I'm here for you if you need anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be about business, but they know it's on their mind that you said, hey, I'm here. So if they need to come back to you, they know that you'll be waiting there to help them, right? Make sense, guys? Come back to me.
Yes.
All right. And then here's another one. I see you admiring that big screen TV. Are you looking to get one for this big game this weekend? So this is one that I use a lot. This is one that I use a lot, especially when I'm working with buyers and I'm going out with my buyers, right? What happens with this script is when we go in the store, they see that you're interested in something. And so they make sure that they sell it back to you, even though you're already sold in your mind on it, right? And so I do this a lot when I go out with my buyers. And this is the importance of buyer consultations, because you know what your buyers want. And so let's just say in the buyer consultation, they ranted and raved over having a big yard because they have kids, right? So when we go out to show a home, first of all, I'm going to make sure that I show homes that have a nice sized backyard, because I know that's something that my buyer wants. It makes it easier for me, and it makes it easier for the buyer to make a decision. And when we go to that home, I'm going to make sure that I say, oh my God, look at this backyard. It is huge. I cannot wait. Girl, are you going to invite me to that barbecue? Are you going to invite me? I want to come over here because I can see myself lounging around in this backyard, right? So what I've done is I already know what they want. I already know what they need, but I've just sold it back to them. They're already sold on it, but I sold it back to them, right? So this is the importance of knowing what to say. This is the importance of asking the right questions. If you ask the right questions, you'll get the right answers, right? So our language, powerful language, is gonna always get us results. Y'all with me?
Yes.
I'm here.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Yes,
ma'am.
All right. All right, so we are going to go on to removing limiting beliefs. Katie? All right, so I know that a lot of us, let me ask this. How many of us have limiting beliefs? How many of us have things that cause us to not be so confident in what we're doing or what we're saying? Anybody?
Definitely.
Anybody want to share what that is?
Right now, a limiting belief is that people think we're bothering people if we call them right now, just what you just addressed. So that is a limiting belief.
So how do we pull ourselves out of that and become more confident in the fact that we are It's okay to call people right now. How do we pull ourselves out?
Action.
We have to realize the value that we're bringing to them. And we have to
Absolutely.
turn it around in our own mind. We have to change our mindset towards it.
Absolutely. Absolutely right. That's good, Deidre, because like I said, if you don't believe what you're saying, if you don't believe what you're doing, nobody else is going to. Nobody else is going to. So that's important. Anybody else have a limiting belief right now that's hindering them from being their best? Nobody?
Well, let's see.
After being a new agent, it's like I'm thinking that I'm not going to find buyers because the buyers that I was working with, they pretty much ghost me at this point. Well, one lady did text me back 11 o'clock last night. So it's
okay. So as a new agent, you think that you're not going to find buyers?
Yeah, or sellers right now.
And so the people that you have reached out to and you thought that were in your sphere, they've ghosted you, and so you're really like, now, oh my God, I'm never going to find buyers, right? That's your issue?
Yes.
So what do you think? Just off the top, what do you think is something that you can do to pull yourself out of not believing that you're going to get buyers?
Well, yesterday I realized after Kim's discussion that I was reaching out to people and calling people just because of what's going on, just to see how they were doing. So I didn't realize that that's what I was doing, but I was making them realize that I'm still a real estate agent. Like they were just saying, oh, I'm out of work, or, oh, I'm still working. And I was like, well, oh, I'm still working on my real estate, just kind of throwing it in there to them without really realizing that that's what I was doing. I'm still, reaching out to my fear.
Do you know any seasoned agents right now?
Well, Nicole and Deidre, the coaches.
They have buyers?
Yes.
They have sellers?
Yes.
You know that they were once new agents, right?
Yes.
So that's one very easy thing that you can do. Look around you. Look around you. Look at other agents. Look at people who we've all been new before. We've all been that new agent. We've all thought that we won't get buyers, we won't get sellers. But look around you and see that it's possible. So knowing and believing, it's again half the battle, right? Removing your limiting beliefs. You're limited on your beliefs. So do something that helps you believe. The one thing that we can always do is just look around us. There's always signs, there's always confirmation that something is possible. So just look around. So Deidre and Nicole, they've been new agents before. Season now, and they definitely have buyers and sellers, right? Yeah. And I also want to encourage you to keep going. Consistency makes a huge difference. You'll get those buyers. I remember thinking that I wouldn't get buyers either when I first got licensed, and I actually got my first contract within 30 days, and it was from a friend. Never even would have thought, but promoting yourself and putting yourself out there and putting yourself in front of people and saying, listen, hey, I'm an agent, don't forget, all right? They're gonna at some point remember, or somebody at the time that you're promoting yourself is gonna need what you're promoting. So just keep going. All right, and look around you and see things that you can believe in that are tangible. People that you see, like I said, who are seasoned agents now, who are once new agents, but they're thriving now. So anybody else?
I would like to add to that is, in order for us to dispel that myth, where do we all live? We all live in a house under a shelter, right? So the world is going to constantly need places to live, whether they're buying or leasing. A house is something we can't do without. So buyers and sellers are out there constantly and at all times. And yes, even right now, I'm working with a lot of buyers right now.
Absolutely. Thank you, Deidre. All right, before we move on, anybody else have a limiting belief that they want to put out there?
Well, I don't have a limiting belief per se, but I wanted to add just another thing to the young lady. You might want to offer them some information on the areas, whatever conversation you had with them before this all started or during this time, add some information to them that they may find valuable for, even if they can't use it now, they might be able to use it once they, once they get their monies going and their life gets to going back onto a normal track. You might want to offer them some type of information or resources that they can use, and that'll keep you top of mind as well. But, talking about what you're doing, but this is showing them, hey, I've got something that you might need. So showing them valuable information that they could use.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is so good. And I'm glad that you said that because, even in a time like this when you're not working with anybody, you don't have any buyers, you don't have any sellers, or you're still kind of promoting yourself, that is such a good thing to do. Always be pumping out content. Always information. That's where your campaigns come in. You can do so many campaigns in Command, different, social media, email, text, postcards. Katie said somebody just reached out to her via mail and sent her something during this time. But always put out good information, information that can be useful, aha moments for people. I always like to do that because, there are a lot of things that people don't know about real estate, or don't know about purchasing a home, or don't know about selling a home. So when you give them an aha moment and you give them information that they can use, they will for sure follow your lead and want to make you.
You muted, Sage.
Why does that keep happening? Okay, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all can hear me? Okay, all right, so we're gonna move on and we wanna understand scripts. Again, scripts build confidence in your job ability. It allows you to do your job more effectively when you have scripts, when you're prepared, when you know what to say. I always talk about this with my mentor, and it's so very powerful. Have you guys ever noticed the difference between when you go into Walmart versus Whole Foods? When you go into Walmart and you step in there and you see a sales associate and you say, hey, can you tell me where the water is? I'm looking for some water. I need to get some water, right? And most of the time, the people at Walmart, they have a very generic answer. They're like, yeah, it's either on aisle 14 or 15, but it's right over there in the middle, right? And so they send you on and you walk away like, okay, I'll go find it, right? But then when you walk in Whole Foods, right, and you say, hey, can you tell me where the water is? Somebody's gonna tell you, oh, sure, it's on aisle 15. As a matter of fact, let me take you there, right? And you know why that's such a major difference? Because they're confident. They know what to say. They've been trained. They've been educated, right? Training and education is scripts. They've been taught what to say. They know where everything is. They're informed. They know where everything is. And so they're confident in what they're saying. They're so confident in what they're saying that they can back it up by taking it to you. And you're going to get to aisle 15, and guess what? The water's going to be there, right? So scripts build confidence in your job ability. You become more confident in what you're doing when you know what you're saying. So again, I know what I'm doing because I know what I'm saying. We want to keep that as an affirmation and declaration every day. Scripts allow you to stay focused on the conversation in the moment, so you don't get off track. People like me, I like to talk. So scripts allow me to focus on what's in front of me, what the situation is in front of me, whether it be the buyer, the seller, inspections, or it's a problem that may arise, or getting a listing, or whatever it is. It allows me to stay focused on the conversation in the present moment. Scripts also allow for consistency in what is said and actions that agents take. So if we all know the base of what needs to be said, or if you know the basis of what needs to be said in any particular situation, you consistently have great answers. You consistently have great solutions. When you know what to say, scripts allow for consistency in what is said and actions that agents take. Y'all with me? Ooh,
Yes.
I've never taught a class
Yes.
on Zoom. I've never taught a class on Zoom, but yeah, I need y'all energy. I need you to talk back to me. All right. Do we have any questions thus far? Any comments, concerns?
Miss Sage, I just want to comment, as far as like being a new agent and sometimes not having all the answers, you know, and it's okay to just say, you know what, I may not know now, but I'm going to find out. So, you know, I think that's one of the fears that we tend to hold, is that we're afraid that if somebody asks us something off the wall, we're just going to look unprofessional and unprepared, but we are learning as it goes at the same time.
Excellent and great. I still
Absolutely.
say that after 13 years.
Yes.
So
And
I may
not
not
to
know.
know.
I tell people all the time, I may not know, but I'm going to go find out. And guess what? In 5 minutes, we'll probably have a talk with the answer.
All you watch is the damn news. But that's information, you see.
Absolutely. Great point. For a long for a long time, I was saying, when I first started, my mentor, I was saying, listen, I'm not gonna do anything until I have taken every class Keller Williams is offering, until I know every single thing, because I want to know. I want to be able to know in case my clients ask me for something, right? And she was like, no, that's not how this works. You have to get out there and you have to put in the work. Every transaction is different. You're going to learn every day along the way. As you go with every client, you're going to learn something new, right? And so that was so very true. And just like you said, it's not about knowing everything. It's about knowing where to find it if you don't know. Right? So even if you don't know the answer to something, have a mentor, have somebody that you can go into, say, hey girl, listen, what should I do about this? Right? And don't be afraid to tell your client. I believe in being real with my clients, right? Because if I'm real with them from the gate, if they know who I am, what I'm doing, the things I may not know, then it makes it a whole lot easier for me. I don't have to switch up. I don't have to change. I don't have to be anybody else, right? They know who I am. So I believe in being transparent with my clients and saying, hey, listen, I'm still kind of figuring this out, or not even that, because you know, hey, I don't have the answer to this right now. You know, I've never run across that, but I can assure you that I'll get the answer for you, right? So absolutely, you don't always have to know everything. Not knowing is not the end all. Knowing where to find what you don't know will save the day every time. And being transparent with your client. Anybody else have any questions, comments, concerns? No? We good? Y'all up?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
This is so different, y'all, to teach on here. Okay, so we are going to what's that?
You feel like you're talking to
I thought somebody said something.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So memorization and practice in internalizing the scripts. We're gonna go over some different scripts, y'all. But just on your own time, to be able to practice and internalize them and get familiar with what you're saying. Here it's kind of like a guide. I don't know if Katie has it up, but here is a guide of what you can, what you should be doing to do that. And that is to read the first sentence of the script out loud 5 times. Repeat the same sentence 5 times while smiling. Read the second line of the script out loud 10 times while smiling. Say the script from memory. Recite the first 2 sentences 10 times with a smile. Say the script by adding 1 sentence at a time, repeating 10 times, and then saying the entire script as fast as you can, 5 times in a row. All right, so that should be in the manual, so we can kind of have some of that to get us familiar with what we're saying and going over scripts and internalizing them and memorizing them, just so we know what to say when different situations occur. All right, so who wants to participate in some role playing and going over some scripts? Any volunteers? This can be voluntary or involuntary, y'all.
Somebody get volunteer?
Anybody?
I will, Sage. I will.
Woohoo, go Tonda.
Oh my goodness, I'm nervous.
You've got this, girl.
Oh.
Hey, girl.
You got it,
Okay. It's okay. So look at that. Y'all are so sweet. Go Tonda. Go Tonda. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Let's be relevant for the time that we're in now. And Tonda, I am going to be a potential buyer that you're prospecting with. You're reaching out to them in this time just to check on them and see how everything is going with them. And you feel comfortable about asking them about buying or selling because they have mentioned the desire to buy. Because they have mentioned the desire to buy prior to all of this happening with the whole COVID-19. All right? Got it?
I got it.
All right. So you're going to call me. I'm going to be the buyer, and I'm going to present a couple objections, and you're going to sway me into buying during this difficult time. Okay?
All right.
Everybody ready?
Okay.
All right. So the phone rings. You're the agent now.
Okay.
Ring, ring, ring.
Hello, may I speak to Sage, please?
Hey, this is she.
Hey, Sage, it's Tonda. How are you?
Oh, so, with everything going on, but we're making out. How are you?
I'm good. I'm the same, just trying to be safe, during this time, working on my real estate, just trying to stay ahead of everything. You and your family, everybody okay?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Well, I know that in the past we talked about the possibility of you wanting to buy. And I wanted you to know that even during this time with everything that's going on, we can still kind of do some things to make that happen in the future. If that's something that you want to continue to work on right now, given everything that's going on.
It was goal. But I tell you, Tonda, with everything going on, we don't really know if it's a good time to buy. We don't know what's going to happen any day now.
I understand that. I definitely understand that uncertainty, but I want to assure you that me and my team, we're working and trying to make sure that all of our clients are prepared, and I have some information that I could even email to you that will kind of give you a little reassurance, about right now actually being a pretty good time to look at doing that. Is that okay?
I just can't see anything good coming out of this. What makes it a good time right now to buy? What are the interest rates? Why should we even consider buying right now? It just seems like everything's just such a mess.
Mm-hmm. Nope, I get that. I understand. This is something that we've all, me myself, I've never gone through anything like this. So the uncertainty is definitely something that is understandable. But I can promise you that this isn't the first time that something dramatic like this has happened. But we've always come out in the past, and so I have no doubt in my mind that we'll come through this. And we want to kind of be ahead of the curve. you know, so I just think that the information that I can send you right now will kind of give you a little reassurance, you know, especially right now, we got a lot of time, a little more time to kind of look over things. And if you have any questions, I'm always here, you know, so if it's okay, I have it that where I can email it to you. I can also send you, I have an app with my company that kind of gives you houses and different things that are available that you can kind of look at leisurely, you know, no pressure at all. But I just want to just reassure you that I'm here and that I can answer any questions that you may have.
Awesome. You know what? I might take you up on that. You can go ahead and email it over to me.
Awesome.
And I appreciate you calling.
Oh, no problem. And I'm here. If you need anything, you know, feel free to give me a call, email me. I'm working. I want to make sure that my clients are taken care of. So.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Talk soon.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
All right.
Oh, good job, girl.
Good job.
One second.
Oh,
all right.
Lord.
So let me tell y'all what she did and she doesn't even realize she did, right? This is very important when talking. This is very important in persuading I don't want to use that word, but this is very important in motivating your clients to get to where they're going. So what she did was, and this is something that I learned, she focused on tonality, right? Many of you saying, what is tonality? What she did was she met me where I was, right? She met me where I was because I said, you know, oh, I just don't know. I'm not sure of what's happening right now. I don't know if this is a good time. She met me where I was and she said, you know what? I totally understand. She dropped her tone. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but she dropped her tone and she focused on tonality. She may not even know that she did it, but she dropped her tone to where I was and she said, you know, I totally get it. You know, she wasn't like, oh yeah, this is a perfect time. No, because that's not where I was. So you have to meet your clients where they are. So again, tonality is very important. And that's something that she incorporated, which was really good. And then on top of that, she reassured me. So when she called me, what was there was uncertainty in my voice. There was uncertainty in what I said, what I thought, how I felt about the time. And so what she did was the opposite of that. She reassured me. She said, listen, hey, we've been here before. All right, we've been here before. We made it out before. We can definitely make it out again. And she also mentioned that it was a great time actually to buy. And adding to that, I want to tell you guys to put that on your client's mind, right? I know when all the leaders, when we were preparing to do this and we were on a call, we were talking about, you know, the last time we had this major recession, which was in 2008, 2009. That is when the birth of so many great businesses right now happen, right? Your Uber, your Lyft, your Airbnb, all of those things were birthed in those times because you know what? When people are afraid, when others are afraid, the people who are wise and who invest, that is the time when they birth things. That is the time when they birth things. But you're gonna see a whole bunch of changes right now because people are uncertain. So the courageous and the bold, they're gonna win now. So you put that on your clients. You say, listen, I know that things are uncertain right now, but we've made it out before. We're gonna make it out again. And also this is a perfect time because while you may be thinking right now, it's not the perfect time. There are many other people who are thinking the same thing. So we gotta shift gears. We have to shift gears and we have to be confident in knowing that this is actually the time to buy. She also said that, hey, I have information on why you should buy. You know, I don't know what she's gonna send me, but I have information on why. What I would do is I would highlight the things that would motivate somebody to buy right now. Low interest rates, right? I would get with my lender and say, hey, let me know what the interest rates are right now. What have they been in the past? Give me something to compare them to so I can accurately tell my client, hey, listen, that before all of this happened, the interest rates were X, Y, and Z. Right now, this is what they are. It's a good time to buy, right? So give them information that they can utilize to be able to motivate them to buy or sell. All right, so that was really good, Tonda, really, really good. Anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns?
I have a comment. I wanted to say that I really loved her introduction, how when she called the client, she started out explaining to them that she was still working on her real estate. And I think that would have given me some hope, not just to sit around and to be more active, even trying to reinvent myself. So I really loved her introduction.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And it's something that people don't know, that real estate is still happening, y'all. Like Deidre said, you know, we still have buyers. We still have sellers. I have some properties on the market right now. I just did inspections on Monday, even though we had to do drive-by inspections. Nobody could be around, but we did them. So business is still happening, y'all, right? And so a lot of people don't know that. And so we have to make sure that we're always putting it on their minds. Hey, I'm still working. So if I'm still working, you can be still buying. You can be still selling. You can be still leasing, right? So absolutely. Again, good, great job.
Just wanted to say, hey, I'm finally in. Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Who's that? D-Star?
Hey.
Hey, DeQuantis.
What's that you got in your hand? Chucks? You bought something for everybody?
Got some peanut butter crackers.
Anything else, guys? Oh.
I wanted to, okay, like you said, one of the best reasons to buy right now is the low interest rates. What are some of the other good reasons, like if we're calling people, why is this a good time to buy? Well, you know, where are you living? And, you know, if you're renting, maybe this is a good time to buy because you're going to always need a place to live and prices, you know, are great right now. Or what might be other reasons that we might list or share with them that it's a good time to buy?
I know that for me, even in the contract that I just wrote, I was able to get it much less than I would have for my buyer at any other time. You know why? Because there are people who are losing their jobs. There are people who have been laid off. There are people who are unable to continue to pursue purchasing a home. So the market is a little bit less competitive, right? On top of that, sellers are uncertain. They don't know what's about to happen, right? So if an offer comes in and it's reasonable, right? It looks like, you know, hey, either I might take this at $5,000 less, or I might not get it at all because I don't know what's about to happen, right? So that's one good thing. The market is a little bit less competitive, and on the buyer side, your sellers, they are uncertain just as well as everybody else is uncertain about what's going to happen. And so it allows you and gives you leverage to negotiate a little bit better.
Good point.
Anybody else have anything? All right, who's going to nominate themselves? Voluntary or involuntary, y'all? Anybody? Let me scroll on through here and see who we can get.
I'm Stephanie. Good morning, everyone.
I was about to say, I want to hear one of the new agents. All right, D-Shaw, let's go.
Wait, I have Stephanie on, and we'll take these. No, Stephanie.
Okay.
Stephanie will go with you, and then next D-Saw will do one.
I just need to know where we're going. I'm sorry.
Right. What did you say? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I just need to know what we're doing. I just.
Oh, we're practicing scripts. Okay. So you're gonna be the agent, and with whatever scenario I give you, that's what we're gonna practice. Okay. All right, Stephanie, you ready? We're gonna do Stephanie first.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. Do you want buyer or seller?
Let me see.
Stephanie?
I'm listening. Oh, can you hear me? Let's do seller. Let's do a seller.
Seller? All right. Bear with me, guys. I'm just kind of flipping through screens, so hold on one second.
I have one. I don't know if you. I spoke. You have one. Okay.
You want to? We can do both. Let's do this one first. Just kind of the same thing, since we're in. We want to stay relevant to the time that we're in, and so with everything happening, you're gonna have. I am going to be the seller, right? You want to be able. You want to list my home. You want to you want to do a listing presentation with me, and you want to list my home, right? But again, with everything going on, I just don't know. You know, if the time right now is to sell. I don't know if we can afford to sell right now with the prices, you know, being down, the market being less competitive. You know, are we going to have to accept an offer that's less than we normally would if we wouldn't have all of this going on? All right.
Okay. All right.
You good?
Yeah.
You got this. You got this, girl.
All right. Okay.
All right. All right. So here we go. I'm the seller.
Phone's
ring,
ringing.
ring, ring.
Ring, 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 ring.
I answered.
Hi.
Hello.
This is Stephanie Morris with MS Realty. May I speak with Sage?
Hi, this is she.
Good morning, Sage. How are you today?
I'm good. You know, just kind of like everybody else, just going through the motions with this whole COVID-19 thing. But otherwise, I mean, all is well.
Well, I'm glad that all is well. And like you said, there's a lot going on, and I can identify with what, you know, we're all feeling it, and we're all adjusting in this changing environment. You know, we are still working, though. We're working from behind the scenes and talking with our clients. And actually, that's why I called you this morning. I wanted to see, first of all, how you doing? How's your family? Making sure everything is okay.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You know, it's awesome for anybody to call and, you know, check on you right now, especially with everybody going through the same thing. It's very thoughtful of you. I appreciate that.
You know, we all need some glimmers of hope, you know, because there's some sadness in the community, but we have to keep, you know, we have to keep our spirits up and know that we're going to come out on the other side of this. So it's good to talk to you and know that you're okay. And hopefully, you know, this is a little glimmer for you. We talked.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. We talked in the past about you listing your home. Where are you with that right now?
Yeah, I know. It just seemed like a better time than now. I just don't know if we can afford to sell now with the prices, you know, going down and everything. You know, are people even buying? I don't know if there are buyers out there. Everybody's losing their job. You know, is there going to be anybody to purchase our home? And are we going to have to move a whole lot on the price for it?
Well, you know, pricing your home right in the first place is the first key to moving it, you know, at any time, whether it be now or if you decide later. But let you know that the people that are out there still shopping right now in this current environment are serious buyers. So that when you get an offer, they will definitely be qualified, and they're looking, you know, to make a, you know, they're looking to make a move, so that there are still people out there shopping, so that you can count on. But also in the current environment.
Wow, that's a good point. I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm. Serious buyers, that's the first thing, because you want to, you know, when you price it, you want to go ahead and move it as quickly as possible, so that, and, you know, have you prepared for, if you get that quick sale, where you're going to go? Because then you'll be one of those serious buyers.
Wow, I haven't, I didn't give that thought either, but, you know, we're willing, we can always, you know, get out in the market and buy ourselves. In the meantime, we have some money saved up, or we have a family member that we can kind of just, you know, take on a home that they don't use right now until we are able to buy another one. So we kind of have plans for it. I just didn't know, you know, if it was a good time or not.
It's a good time because another good reason buyers might be looking right now is rates are low. So they're looking to get a great deal, you know, because their payment will be less if their interest rates are less. So there are really good reasons for those buyers that were looking, or maybe people that hadn't thought about it, to give it some serious consideration. So properties that are on the market will probably move quicker than they had. Not to mention some people are, you know, on the fence, and for, you know, there'll be less inventory. So those that are on the market will move quicker.
Oh, wow. Do you know of any properties that have sold recently while all of this is going on?
We are still moving properties every day. I've got 2 that went under contract. So yes, there are still serious buyers out there. We are still working. People still need places to live. So
I didn't know that. I didn't think about all of that. So you made some really good points here with me. So what's the next step? What do I need to do? I think I want to go ahead and put it on the market.
Well, let's talk about preparing. You know, we'll talk about the contract. I'll get that together and email that over for your review. But then we'll talk about preparing your house so that it makes the best showing. How's that sound?
Awesome. Well, it sounds good to me. Let's set up a date and we can move forward with this.
All right. How does next week sound for you?
Next week is fine.
Wednesday, so maybe Monday.
That works for me.
All right, around 3 o'clock.
All right, Stephanie, I will see you then.
It's the date.
Thank you.
Yay, good job.
Yes. That is so
great job,
awesome. Stephanie, that was so good. What you did was you controlled that conversation so well. And do you guys see what happened? We went from a buyer to a seller, right? Reading scripts for a buyer and a seller. But guess what? We knew what to say with the both of them, right? Because Stephanie could have gotten so caught up in what we just said with Tanda, with the buyer saying, hey, listen, you know, sellers are uncertain right now. They're going to be trying to drop their prices. They're going to be trying to take an offer that's coming their way. But Stephanie said, oh no, listen, here's my take on it from this perspective of talking to a seller and trying to get a seller to sell their houses. No, the people out here are going to be serious buyers, right? So whether or not Stephanie knows that there are serious buyers out there, or that there are buyers who are going to want to try to lowball or whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter, right? She has already convinced her seller that, listen, there are serious buyers out here. Now we just gonna have to, Stephanie, you have to go get some serious buyers. But I say you just gonna have to go get some serious buyers. But even if you didn't know, and let me tell you, there are serious buyers.
I know.
Right? There's always more than one type of client, or there's always 2 ends to the spectrum. So you just have to know what you're saying, who you're talking to, and what you want them to believe about what you're saying. And you did an awesome job. Very, very good. Anybody have any questions?
So you're saying it's all about our language, Sage?
It's all about your language. It's all about your language. It's about what you're saying. They're going to believe your clients. Listen, guys, we're real estate agents, but ultimately we are leaders, right? We're leading people. We're leading people to their dreams, their goals, home buying, what they want to do. We're leading them. So they're going to follow our lead if we know what we're saying. Our language makes sense, right? Whether or not he knew that it was factual, that there are serious buyers out there, he's trusting what she's saying because she's saying it so confidently. right? And whatever questions he had for her, hey, you know, am I going to find a buyer? She had an answer to it. She had an answer to it. So definitely, yes, Deidre, it's about your language. It's about what you're saying. If you believe what you're saying, your clients are going to believe what you're saying. Any questions? Good, great job. If I didn't say it enough, great job, Stephanie. Any questions, comments, concerns? Anybody? Stephanie, do you want to go over the scenario that you have before we move on to Dequanis? You're on mute.
I'm sorry. I had a call that I did this morning, and it was from leads that I was getting. And just so happened that that person was actually already working with an agent, because one of the questions I asked, so do you have an agent? So they said yes. And of course, I don't want to, impede upon anyone else's territory or anything like that. But at the same time, if they are not satisfied with their agent, I want to give them the option, that I am available.
Okay. Are you saying are you asking what the conversation should be with that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So first of all, let me just say, and I'm only speaking from my perspective about it. With a situation like that, with somebody already working with an agent, for me, integrity is number one in business. All right. I don't ever want to do something to another agent that I don't want an agent doing to me. Mm-hmm. If they are truly unhappy with the agent that they have and they're working with, because if they're working with an agent that puts you in that puts you in an awkward position, number one, integrity, and then secondly, you don't want to have to hand over your check to somebody because you end up writing a contract on something that they have a contract with this agent, but then and they showed it to them and you end up, in this big thing. You don't want to do that. So what you want to do is you want to ask, and I don't even get into doing the whole, too much. What is it that you don't like about your agent? Because if you're being a good enough agent, you're gonna win them over. Sometimes, you might want to ask, well, what's the issue, just to kind of know. But you want to make sure that they no longer have a relationship with that agent. So is the agent abandoning them? Are they not, returning their calls? And are they not doing something that they need to do? And so you ask them if they have an agreement with an agent. If they do have an agreement with an agent, you want to make sure that that agreement is no longer in place, that they have separated themselves from their agent before you move on. And that's just my take on it. That's just my take on it. You can communicate with them. I don't know. Once I know that that relationship, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Finish your statement. Then I want to make a statement.
Once I know that relationship, that they no longer have ties with that agent, then I will more aggressively, pursue that client. But until then, my main goal is to, hey, if you're truly not happy, it's okay with moving on to another agent. It's okay with getting another agent. Let's just make sure that we do this the right way, right? They're going to trust you a lot more too when you do that.
I thoroughly agree with everything that you said. The scenario that I'm talking about in particular, okay, you're speaking with leads that you're getting from, that I've paid for a service that feeds me leads. So in talking with that person, I've asked if they have an agent. Now, some of them say, yes, I have an agent. Some of them are saying it just so they, they don't have to move any further with you. So I guess all I want to say is that leave the door open if for some reason, you do find, you have questions that aren't being answered. Here's my information. You're welcome to give me a call. I didn't go into anything where, what's wrong, what's happening. No, I'm not. I didn't try to go there. But just to, if for some reason they don't, and they just wanted to get me off the phone to say, look, I don't feel like talking right now, or yeah, I got an agent, or somebody they haven't talked to in ages or whatever. Just leave the door open in case you need some help. You have some questions. I'm here for you.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You can always say, hey, if you need any help, if I can answer any questions for you, even though I'm not your agent, here's my information, give me a call. Or, however you want them to contact you. Yes. Any other questions, comments, or concerns about that, about sellers or talking to them and getting them to list their property with you during this time or for any time, at any time for that matter? Any questions, comments, concerns? All right, we're gonna do one more, y'all. We're gonna do a buyer, and this will be the last for the script writing, and we are almost done. Maybe just about another 10 minutes. All right, DeQuantas, you ready? DeQuantas?
I think my connection, can y'all hear me?
Oh, now we can. All right. All right, so
I don't know if my connection is bad.
let's do, no, I was just putting it up because I'm kind of navigating through screens. Let's talk about, I know that DeQuantas is really good with credit and all, and getting clients prepared to be qualified for a loan. And a lot of times that's a really, really important piece. Well, we know that is the initial piece to this whole home buying journey, is to be qualified. So we are going to DeQuantas. I am going to be the buyer, you're going to be the agent, of course, and you are going to convince, or you're going to motivate a buyer to get pre-qualified for a loan. And let me just say that a lot of times when buyers are not qualified right off the top in the beginning, sometimes even as agents, we kind of get a little bit discouraged and we begin to prioritize them, and which we should do, but we begin to prioritize them. And a lot of times those are the clients. I too am guilty of it in the past myself. I may have had a client who was not technically ready yet to purchase, and they just needed a little bit more help or time with credit and getting pre-qualified, and I kind of dropped the ball somewhere. And the next thing you know, I'm looking up, and guess what? They're on Facebook saying, new homeowner with another agent, because I didn't follow up, or I just thought, they're not ready right now. Let me focus on the person that is ready, and I'll come back to them. But never got around to coming back to them, right? So they were serious. They were a serious buyer. They wanted to buy, but they just needed a little bit of help along the way until they got there. So DeQuantas, you are going to, you're going to convince me and motivate me to get pre-qualified, even with a few hangups, all right? And I want you to show us how you're going to put this client into your database in your not technically, but put them into your database in your pipeline in order to make them or have them become a homeowner. Let's just say within the next 6 months.
Okay, cool. So
All
I'm gonna do exactly how I do in real life. With my company, I switch hats and all. I'm gonna be multifaceted. I'm gonna do it exactly how I do it. Let's go.
All right, so I am the buyer. Ring, ring, ring.
Hey, Sage, how are you? This
Hello.
is DeQuantas. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's glad to hear that you're doing good amidst all of this this stuff going on with the coronavirus. Just hope you and your family is safe. Me and my family is doing well. So hopefully you get the same. So I hear that you want to buy a house. Is that correct?
I do. I am so ready to buy a house. I'm tired of renting. I'm ready to buy a house. I know my credit is not exactly where I need. I may need maybe about 20 more points, but I'm so ready. I have some money saved up, and I'm ready. You know, but I don't know how long is it gonna take, or you know, what do I need to do?
Okay. Well, we'll try to speed that up as quick as possible. And I'm glad that you said you're tired of renting, right? I joke with a bunch of my friends all the time. I get a garbage can, right? I get some of my money in my pocket and I throw it in the garbage can. And they ask me, what am I doing? And I tell them, hey, that's what I'm doing when I rent. I'm throwing away money all the time. So it's great that you're motivated now to buy. Right now is one of the best times ever. Rates are very low. It's going to be a buyer's market coming up soon. So by the time, let's say if we can put together a game plan to get you to buy in around 6 months, you'll be in perfect condition. So I do want to tell you the steps to go ahead and get ready to buy. The very, very, very first step, I need you to get pre-approved. And I know it's scary running your credit and things like that, but the benefits of you getting pre-approved today is so the lender will tell us exactly what we would need to do right now and going forward. You know, we don't want to start doing things on our credit if the lender doesn't tell us that it's necessary. So the lender will tell us exactly what we need to do to get ready to buy a home, and we can have a plan and we can move with purpose. Is that okay with you?
Actually, yeah, it is.
Okay. Okay, so that'll be the first step, and after we finish this conversation, I'll send you a couple of my trusted lenders, and you'll be able to choose which one you want to talk to and go ahead and get pre-approved, and we'll talk about options. So the good thing about me, right, I am a credit coach and I am a realtor, right? So this whole process will be, you know, if it's some credit work that you need, or if it's financially you need to save money, or if it's just the DTI that you need to work on, and those are 3 factors, by the way, that's going to go into the process with you buying a home. I'll be able to help you along the way with all of those different steps, and everything will be with a purpose. Like I said earlier, we'll be able to talk about the whole purpose will be to fix the credit while we're saving money, while we're working on our DTI. So once we get ready to go ahead and look for that home, everything will be in line. We want to shrink this processes down as quick as possible so we can go ahead and get you in that home. Right. So one of the first steps is getting pre-approved. The next step would be after we get pre-approved, we get to looking at houses. We get to looking at, or you get to, we'll sit down. We'll get to talk about the things that you want in a house. Right. I'm gonna give you 3 different scenarios. You tell me your dream home. You tell me your next dream home. And you tell me your third dream home. And I'll set you on 3 different searches based on the criteria that you want me, as it aligns with the pre-approval amount that the lender gave you. Is that okay?
That's good. And you know, I want to say that it all sounds so good. And I didn't tell you in the beginning, but I worked with an agent before, and you know, I said that I was ready, but you know, I think the credit thing kind of hindered me from it. And I just want to make sure that you're, you know, staying up with me and staying on track and making sure that, because I really, really, really want it. And I know I'm just not where I need to be right now, but I really, really want to purchase this home. You know, so what is there anything that you're gonna do to ensure that I'm able to get to the finish line differently maybe than the last person did? I know I just really want it, but I need some help. Right.
So let's start here. What tell me your biggest challenge. Tell me what stopped you the first time, and tell me what could you have done differently to change that outcome.
Well, my credit was always an issue. Again, I'm about 20 points away from where I need to be, but I just didn't have any motivation to do anything, especially not having too much contact with the real estate agent.
Okay. I'm sorry that you encountered that with your other agent. And while we're here, do you mind if I ask, what is your relationship like now with the agent? Are you still working with him? Did you sever those ties, or how is that?
Yes, we did. We're no longer working together.
Okay, great. Because I never like to step on other real estate agents' toes. It's very good that you had canceled that relationship. So now I can feel confident working with you and knowing that we'll be, you know, moving with the right foot forward. Okay. So you say you lack motivation, man. That's one of my biggest strengths. Man, I do a group text all the time to all of my clients to motivate them, you know, even if it's just showing beautiful homes or if it's just showing credit score increases from other clients. I do a lot to motivate the clients. And I have a, you know, if anytime you're feeling down, just give me a call, and I'll kind of reinforce the things that you told me from the beginning. You just told me you really want it. That's all I need to hear. So anytime you call me with anything that's less motivating or that you don't feel motivated, I'm going to tell you that you told me that you really want it. Right. And you really wanted it. So I'm just going to bring you back to your big why. And that should be enough to keep you motivated throughout this entire process.
All right. Good job. I'm hanging up because that's what I needed from you. All right, y'all. So that's kind of what what I was looking for. Great job, Daquan, as always. You always do a really good job.
Excellent, Deshaun.
You always do a great job in real life too.
Yes, you do.
Yes. So that is so major, y'all. When we have buyers who they want it, but they're not ready to get there, we have to. I know we prioritize, our clients based on where they are in their ability to buy, but we also want to make sure that we don't forget about those people and that we follow up with them. And so he said, he sends out a group text. He sends out a text to his people every week, right? And then he says something really good. I'm going to continue to bring you back to your why. And just having communication and touching those people all the time, constantly, saying, hey, where are we? Keeping in contact with whomever it is that's supposed to be getting them to their goal of, the 20 points that they need. Just saying, hey, let's check and see where we are. Are we there yet? Stay motivated, make them feel like they are of importance too, even though they are not technically ready to buy at that very moment. Because again, I've lost clients before. I look up on Facebook and there they are with their keys dangling with another real estate agent because I didn't follow up. All right. So awesome job. Good job. Anybody have that's it for our scripts. Anybody have any questions, comments, concerns about buyer scripts, seller scripts, what we should be saying, what we shouldn't be saying, anything, anybody? We're gonna wrap up really soon. No? Nothing? All right. And in talking about that with following up with our clients and making sure we're reaching out to them, we also want to make sure that they are they want your solicitation or they want your phone calls. So when we're doing our calls, we want to make sure that we're updating our call list very often. We want to make sure that they are not on the do not call list. There is something that you can look up, a website where you can look up to see if because you want to be in compliance all the time, if you have people that don't want to be called about, homes or whatever the case may be, especially when we're soliciting for sellers to sell their homes. There's a do not call website that you can go to. Katie is going to send that information out via email. We want to make sure they're not on there. Check before you call them. If you have somebody who may have been on your list before, you want to make sure that they are still wanting this information from you. And also what you can do is, what I like to do when I send my campaigns out, my text campaigns and my email campaigns, I like to send out with it at the bottom, giving them the option to unsubscribe. So when they unsubscribe, I know, hey, they don't want any contact with me anymore. They don't want any information from me anymore. So we want to make sure that we are doing that. All right. I think, guys, we have come to the end of the session. Yes. Katie, did I catch all of your slides?
Yeah.
I think I did. All right. All right, guys. So, that is all I have for today. Do we have any questions, comments, concerns about anything regarding language, what we should be saying, scripts, anything?
Check your phone, Sage. Check your text message.
Okay.
Check your text message real quick.
Oh, yes, sir, please.
Okay.
Any ahas from today's class?
Yes, any aha?
It was great information. A lot of I took a lot of notes on, especially keywords, ways to speak to the client so that they feel comfortable. And one of the main things I got from this is talk at the client's level, like what you were saying, bring your tone down to where they are or up. You know, maybe they're weathering the storm by trying to, be more positive. So bring your presentation, bring your language to where they are. And I think that was great. I've enjoyed the session. It's my first time. For you guys that don't know, I'm in Baton Rouge, by the way. So and fairly new age, and a couple of years in, but I think it was great information, and I took a lot of notes and a lot of key words so that I could focus on and use them in the scripts that I'm using or going to be using to help move me forward with growing my business. So I thank you guys for that. Thank you.
Awesome.
Sage.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us. Yes.
Sage, I put a link in the chat box for a website where they can scrub for do not call numbers.
Hey, Bonita, can you email that to me?
Okay.
Because I don't think anyone is able to copy anything from the chat.
Okay.
So if you could send it to me, I'll do it in the recap email.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you so much, Bonita.
You're welcome.
Any other aha moments? That was a good one, tonality. Tonality is a game changer, y'all. I learned it, and it really is. And like she said, it doesn't have to be that you're coming down to somebody who's feeling sad, or if they're happy and funky and up there, then you want to match their tonality, because then you put yourself in their world. And so you're able to reach them better. Any other aha moments? Any other questions, comments, concerns?
I have a comment.
I like how, I'm sorry, go ahead, Michelle.
All right.
Y'all were awesome. All the audience participation was so good. And as all of you know, I am not an agent, but let me tell you, this gives me the extra push to maybe go get licensed, because y'all sold me on everything that you went through. So awesome job to all of you. And Sage, you did awesome too.
Awesome.
Come on over.
Okay, Michelle, come on over.
I have an aha moment. I think it was Stephanie when she did hers. And I think the seller didn't know whether it was serious buyers out there, and she kind of like put them in a situation. What she did was she made them realize, hey, once you sell this house, you too will be a serious buyer. So that lets you know there are serious buyers. For me, that was good because I never used that, letting them know that, hey, people still have to move. People still have to do this. Dang, that was good though. Now I'm going to add that in my repertoire, and hopefully I can get me some listings and things like that. So I appreciate that, Stephanie.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you all for the compliment.
Yes, that was so good.
Thank you.
That was so good. Look, she's like, I didn't know I did that well. It was so good.
I'm just going, and I've been licensed for a little while, but I've got to get more at ease with listing presentations. But, you know, it's talking to people. You're talking to people. Just remember that.
Yep, talking to people just like you. All right.
And it's all
anything-
about relationships.
Relationships are very important. Relationships are better than money. Relationships are the thing that brings you the money. Anything I've ever gotten in life, or anything any of us have ever gotten in life, has come through the hands of another person. So people are important.
Right. That's the
Relationships
biggest,
are
that is
important.
literally the biggest challenge with this stay-at-home order, is that I can't go out and stop at that random bank to talk to a lender that I never talked to before and just start establishing a relationship. That's one of the biggest things that's hurting me right now, is the inability to do those things.
So tell me,
make a phone call.
So what are you able to do in place?
Calling, random calls. Hey, I'm DeQuantis, you know, just a random call. I hate I can't do the face-to-face contact, but each one of them that I call, I always set up a tentative meeting for June or July. You know, hey, I'm going to reach back out to you in May, June, or July. We're going to set coffee up or set something up, you know, but I do everything the same way. I just love to meet them in person, so I set up a tentative meeting for them in the future.
Awesome. Awesome. And let's, in this time, guys, let's, and Ramona said, hey, set up a FaceTime call, set up a Zoom call. You want to still see them? You want to still be able to make that contact? That's a good point. Set up a FaceTime call, set up a Zoom call, you know, so that you can see them face to face. I know it's nothing like actually being there, but, and that's another thing, what I am trying to do myself, or being very intentional about doing, is focusing on what I can do. Focusing on the things that I do have control over. We know what we can do right now. We understand it. We don't like it. We hate it, you know, but if we focus more on the things that we can do, we can still find ourselves being able to bear and be successful and battle and forget about the things that we cannot do and still make things happen. Again, like I had an inspection this weekend, like we couldn't even be there. They were like, nope, you can't be here. You can wait outside. You know, I didn't have the opportunity to just kind of talk one-on-one with the inspector and all. But I had the report. I went through it verbally. I asked him, you know, hey, is it okay for me to call you just to make sure we have everything? We know everything that's going on with the property. So I tried not to dwell on the fact that we weren't there, and especially having an buyer and a buyer that wants to know, hey, what's this, hey, what's that, and all that kind of stuff like that. You know, it was a challenge, but I didn't focus on that. I focused more on what I was able to do. And so, you know, we did it.
Was it a good inspection?
Yes.
Good, good.
Yeah.
One step closer.
And, yeah, one step closer. Yeah, I think we're fine. We just have a few things. A lot of it was maybe like I was just saying last night, it was only a 44-page report, and I was so happy about it because I do a lot of multi units, and so my reports are usually like 196 pages. So it was really, so it was a really easy one, yeah, because I do a lot of multi units and first-time investors and things like that. So, but really, really good inspection. Okay. I saw a comment down below about an aha moment, but I cannot see it, y'all. Anybody else have anything? Any aha moments?
I just want to mention to the newer agents that are on the line, and you know, sometimes you're quiet, and you know, don't want to practice the role play, but you know, practice makes perfect. Everybody who's doing anything well had to practice.
Yep.
Get in there and try it. Your audience to try it, and you know, get some pointers on how you know, what maybe you could do a little better. This is your opportunity.
Absolutely, right. And you're amongst people who understand. You're amongst people who understand. We've all been new agents before. Technically, I'm still a new agent. We've all been there before. We understand. We're here to help each other. This is a community. It's a family. One of the things that I love about Keller Williams. And so when you're on these calls and you're amongst, you know, other people, and you're in a learning environment and you're being a student, always engage. You know, like she said, get out there and just do it. Wing those scripts. You know, you might mess up. You might not say the right thing, but that's how you're going to learn from it.
And, you know, try something. I mean, if you were, after this call, you got on a call with somebody, what would you say? Just so practice with us. What would you say with your first call? So we can say, well, you know, you might want to say this, or you did great. You know, what do you know, go for it.
Absolutely. Anything else, guys? No? We're all good?
Hey,
Everybody's good?
you did great. I love the interaction. I love the scripts and role play. I love that you covered all different scripts and role play. I think you did amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you did. Thank
I
you,
agree.
Sage.
Yes, you did an awesome job, Sage. Awesome job, Sage.
Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you. There's going to be a survey, I believe, that comes from Katie, right? In the email.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
let us
ma'am.
know how this class was, guys. I know we like to be, you know, positive, and we like to always be encouraging, but if there is anything that you see that could have been better about this session or anything like that, let us know, because we only want to get better. So make sure that you take the survey, and Katie's going to send that out to you. All right.
All right. Y'all have a great
All right.
All right, guys.
Hey, everybody, real quick, tomorrow's call is with Samantha Andrus at 10 a.m. and it is your database is your business.
Okay.
Okay. I'll send that out. Have a good day.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Wait.
Oh, Deidre.
I know, I'm trying to leave it.
Katie, what's my day? This is Benita.
Hang on.
Oh, I don't want to do this, y'all. I don't like this public speaking stuff.
The only way to master it is to teach it. And I think you do a phenomenal job at speaking and guiding the conversations. Deidre's calling me. Let's see. Bonita, you are on the 16th.
Okay.
So you are Thursday the 16th.
Okay.
Thursday. And then I don't have you for an elementals yet. If you wanted to teach an elementals class, I have 2 available that are at the very, very end of April.
Okay.
But we'll get through the first one.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
Oh, it's just us. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How you
I had.
doing?
Huh?
How are you doing?
I'm good. I had to jump up because my son's teachers were at my door, and they dropped off an Easter basket for him.
Oh, how sweet is that?
They're so sweet. So I got up and spoke to them from down my stairway.
Oh, it's so sweet.
Yeah. Oh, we're in a group text with all the moms, and they're all sending all the kids with their baskets.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm so sweet.
that's good.
I'm good. How are you? Are you doing okay?
I'm hanging in here. I'm staying put. You know, I have asthma, so I can't even risk even catching it. You know, a lot of people are fighting it, but a lot of people are dying. So I have to just stay put.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
definitely.
how's Jackson?
He's good. He's at his grandparents' house right now. They live like 2 blocks from us.
Oh, okay.
And they're the only people we've seen, I think, in around a month now.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, stay safe. My mom, everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people at my mom's church are getting sick. And she got exposed a couple of weeks ago. It's been 3 weeks and 3 days. So I think she's out of the water, out of the woods rather.
Yeah.
But it was scary for a few, you know, touch and go there.
It is scary.
Very scary.
And with my family in Mississippi, they keep calling me every day. Can we come to your house on Thursday? But I've never been in Easter without my family.
Oh.
and they're devastated. They are so broken right now. They're like, can we just run by and see you? We haven't left our houses. We just want to see Jackson. They're like crying, and I'm like, but what if I get you sick?
Right.
That's not okay with me, and I don't think I could ever live with myself if that was to happen.
And the bad thing is how I got my mom to finally decide to stay put is because the bad thing is if you get sick, we can't even come and see you. And in my opinion, you know, having a respiratory illness, what makes me always get better is having my family there to support me. And you're not going to get that now. You know, you cannot have visitors.
Yeah.
So you know, we just have to suck it up and stay home until this is over. I see that they lifted the lockdown in Wuhan or in China. So
really?
yeah, so they were only on lockdown for 76 days. So
76 days.
76 days. We just have to suck it up and do what we have to do.
76 days.
Yeah.
That just hurts my soul. All right. Well, are you going to be on the MREA call?
Yeah, I probably will be.
Okay. I'm about to do a test run with Jeremy, so I will.
We'll have to do a test run too, because I don't know how you and Sage said that you were working the computer part while we're doing the talking.
No, that is not how that is, but Sage could not download Zoom to her computer. She was having some technical issues, was on the phone with Zoom for over an hour.
Oh, wow.
So that's why I did that. Yet I have done one-on-ones with everyone. I have also sent a few videos out, but I'll make sure I send to you. It's super easy, less than 10 minutes, so it's not super attention holding. But I do one-on-ones with everybody before.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with Zoom. Ever since this started, my family, actually, ever since we had our first happy hour, I started doing a family check-in every Saturday with my family. So we get on, last Saturday, we stayed on the Zoom for 6.5 hours.
Oh my God.
Crazy.
Ooh, I stayed on with my family, I think, for 30 minutes, and my grandfather was just like this the whole time.
Oh my goodness.
Had his head like that. I was like, Poppy, could you back up? We don't see you. And he's like,
did you get the litigation scrub? I sent it to your text.
Your text? No.
Oh, you didn't get it by text?
No, I didn't. What number did you send it to?
I hope I didn't send it to the wrong thing. 601. Oh no,
Yeah.
it was your email.
Oh, because you have my email and my phone number saved under the same contact.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you click it, it does the email. That's okay. It should have still gone to my email though.
Okay, check that.
Let's see. Okay, so.
If not, I'll just send it again.
I don't think I have it. But Nicole emailed me something this morning at 9:30 and said, hey, check your emails. I need you to review this email, revise it, and send it back to me. And I sat there at 9:30 and was like, I don't have it, Nicole. She was like, no, I sent it. I swear. I said, did you spell my name right? She said, yeah. I didn't get it until 10:50.
Whoa.
So I'm going to hop on this call with Jeremy. The link is on Facebook if you want to join. It's under the MREA flyer that I had posted. I hope to see you on there. If you need anything, let me know, Bonita.
Okay.
But yeah, text or email or whatever. And whenever I get it, I'll put that in the recap.
Your text message right now, and then I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay. Oh, I got it.
Okay, great.
I got it. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.